Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be going ahead and showing you the top 5 best PvP characters to build. So I didn't make a video about PvP characters that's been released in 2024. However, this video is going to be made for the top 5 best PvP characters. And they're going to be by lists, so top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5. So I'll be going ahead and showing you what you need to do to get them, how to rank them up, what they cost, and if they're worth it with their CTP, because I'll also be going ahead and telling you which CTP to give them. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the first character. Now the first character is none other than Knull. He's a new addition that's been added in a new update, not a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, a month ago. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and show you what you need to do and how to get him. So to get Knull, you're going to need to get 5 World Boss Legends, 10 World Boss Legend clears for Knull to get his biometrics. Now my biometrics is not listed here because I already have him, but you need 10 clears for World Boss Legends to get Knull. So after you have gotten your 10, you're going to go ahead and get his uniform. And since he's a native tier 3, his uniform is going to be pricey. It is listed at 3,250 crystals. In my opinion, wait until the anniversary, which is going to be 50% off for you to go ahead and get his uniform, which, if I'm not mistaken, goes down to 1,625. So yeah, that was all for Knull's uniform. On to how you can build him. Now I'm going to just show you from level 1 to level 60, because after that it's sort of luck based, and I'm not 100% sure how much is it going to cost for you. So to get him, so on top of the levels, I'll obviously tell you what you need to rank him, up, and what you need to mastery him up to 6 stars. So to get him from level 1 to level 40, you're going to need 272 black antimatters or 326 biometrics. Now, in my opinion, for Knull or any native tier 3, use black antimatter, as the biometrics you're going to need to use them for native tier 2s, because native tier 2s do not use black antimatter, they use biometrics, so they're going to take a long time. I'm going to go ahead and show you another native tier 2, and you're going to see why you need the biometrics. So to get him from level 1 to level 40, you're going to need 272 black antimatter or 326 biometrics. So after you have leveled him up, you're going to need to rank him up. Now to rank him up, you're going to need Cosmic Cube Fragment. And this is the Cosmic Cube Fragment. You're going to need a lot of these. Now, you're going to need 210 Cosmic Cube Fragments. Now, every time I'm going to tell you for each rank, you're going to need to go to Material Fusion and then auto combine. For example, rank 2 is going to need 210 Cosmic Cube Fragments, or if I'm not mistaken, 3 or I think 6 rank 2. It will tell you how much you need, so you're just going to go ahead and convert that much amount into it. On top of the 210, you're going to need 1.5 million gold, so that you can go ahead and convert it. So after you have converted it to rank 2, you're going to need 1.2 million gold to rank him up to his 2 stars. So yeah, 210 Cosmic Cube Fragments, 1.5 million gold to convert that, and 1.2 million gold to rank him up to 2 star. Now on to level 40 to 45, you're going to need 339 black antimatter or 407 biometrics. Now you're going to probably ask, if I'm going to recommend for you black antimatter, why am I listing biometrics? Because the biometrics are for the people who already has those native tier 2s to tier 4 or they have a lot of biometrics to spare, so like in the tens or 50,000, maybe even 100,000. So yeah, the biometrics are for those who can put as many biometrics as they want and they're not going to have an issue. However, the black antimatter is for the ones who barely have biometrics. So yeah, level 40 to 45 you're going to need 339 black antimatter or 407 biometrics. Now, on to ranking them up to 3 stars, you're going to need 350 cosmic cube fragments. On top of that, you're going to need 4,375,000 gold, 375 million gold, sorry, and you're going to need 1.8 million gold to rank him up to 3 stars. So you're going to need 350 cosmic cube fragments to get that to rank 3, and to get that to rank 3, you're going to need 4.375 million gold to get the rank 3 cosmic cube fragments. And then you're going to need an additional 1.8 million to rank him up to his 3 stars. So yeah, that was for his rank 3. On to going to his level 45 to 50, you're going to need 726 black antimatter or 871 biometrics. So again, 726 black antimatter or 871 biometrics. You're going to see after we go beyond level 50, you're going to see how much amount of biometrics and black antimatter it will take. He is very resource taker. He's going to take a lot of resources. So to get him to rank 4 or 4 stars, you're going to need 560 cosmic cube fragments. And you're going to need on top of that 9 million to convert that to rank 4. After you have done that, you're going to also need an additional 2.4 million gold to rank him up to the 4 stars. So you're going to need 560 cosmic cube fragments, 9 million to convert that to a rank 4 cosmic cube fragment, and 2.4 million gold to rank him up to the 4 stars. Now, you're going to go ahead and level him up from level 50 to 55. This is where you're going to see a huge jump. You're going to need 1,562 black antimatters or 1,873 biometrics. As you can see on the biometrics, it's been an increase of 1,002 biometrics. So it will take a lot of biometrics, so do be warned on that. However, for black antimatter, yes, it has also been increased by a lot. However, black antimatter can be accessible through World Boss Legends, Dispatch Mission, or wherever else you can find it. It's quite easy. However, compared to biometrics, it's kind of a different story. So yeah, on to getting him to rank 5, you're going to need 840 cosmic cube fragments, 15.375 million gold, so that you can go ahead and convert that to rank 5 cosmic cube fragment. And you're going to need an additional 3 million to rank him up to the 5 star. So again, you're going to need 840 cosmic cube fragments, 15.375 million gold to convert that to a rank 5, and 3 million gold to rank him up to 5 stars. Now on to his final level, which is level 50 to 60, is you're going to need 3,359 black antimatter or 4,029 biometrics. As you can see, a 2,200 plus increase. So for the biometrics, you're going to be very warned on this because you're going to need the biometrics a lot. So again, 3,359 black antimatters or 4,029 biometrics. Onto his rank 6 or 6 stars, which is the last one that you're going to need 4 stars, is you're going to need 1,120 cosmic cube fragments. On top of that, you need 22 million to convert that. And you're going to need 3.6 million to rank him up to 6 stars. So again, you're going to need 1,120 cosmic cube fragments, 22 million gold to convert that, 3.6 million gold to rank him up to 6 stars. So, now that you have gotten into the 6 star rank up, we're going to go ahead and get his mastery. His mastery is somewhat easy, but also complicated in a way. So for the mastery, before we start, you're going to need 12 universal books. You're probably going to wonder, how will you get to 12 universal books, because you can only hold 10. Now, this is the advice that I'm going to give you. You're going to do mastery 1 and 2, get him, and then when you do, you're going to have 10, you're going to collect 2 more universal books to get 10 in total, and then after it you can go ahead and complete. Let me show you what I mean. For mastery 1, you're going to need 1 universal book and 240,000 gold. So you're going to spend that, and then you're going to need 11 more after that. You cannot collect 11, but after the mastery 1, which again needs 1 universal book and 240,000 gold, on mastery 2, you're going to need 1 universal book and 480,000 gold. So that's you already spending 2 universal books, and then after you're going to need 10 more, which you can collect 10. So yeah, mastery 1 needs 1 universal book, mastery 2 also needs 1 universal book, and for mastery 1 you're going to need 240,000 gold, and for mastery 2 you're going to need 480,000 gold. Mastery 3 will need 2 universal books or 720,000 gold. So yeah, mastery 3 will need 2 universal books and 720,000 gold. Mastery 4, you're going to be looking at 2 universal books or 960 gold to mastery them. So yeah, 2 universal books, 960,000 gold. Mastery 5, you're going to need 3 universal books and 1.2 million gold to mastery him to 5. And for the last one, again for mastery 6, you will also need 3 universal books. And on top of that, 1.44 million gold to mastery him. So yeah, this was all for Knull. And beyond level 60, this will again depend on your luck. I'm not 100% sure how much you're going to need. So yeah, this will all be relying on your luck. On to his best CTP. Now his best CTP is none other than a greed, preferably a mighty. I give him a mighty greed and he performs incredibly great in timeline battle and especially also in PvE content such as World Boss Legends. Without support he can do some really good stuff with his mighty greed, so he is extremely good. His second best CTP is a brilliant conquest. You cannot give him anything else other than a brilliant because again, a mighty conquest is no different than a normal conquest. And to get the best out of the conquest, you're going to need a brilliant. So this is why, generally speaking, people always prefer a mighty greed, since you need a mighty and not a brilliant. So yeah, this was all for now. I'm going to go ahead and show you a poster, in case you're going to need more, you're going to need to memorize or see what you need. So yeah, this was all for now, and now we're going to move on to our second character. Alright, so now we're into our next character. Now, before I talk about the next character, I forgot to mention, for Knull, you're going to need a tier 4 so that you can go ahead and achieve his best. So do keep that in mind. You're going to need tier 4 Knull so that you can go ahead and get the best out of him. Now, Sentry, he is a top 2 PvP character, the best. He's been the best before until Knull came and then dethroned him. However, he's still a very reliable option. He has been for a year now, I think 2 if I'm not mistaken. So generally, Sentry is a top choice in every PvP game mode. Now, to get Sentry, you're going to need to go to the epic quest named Dark Reign. You're going to need to do this. Now, I will tell you what the needed materials are, so that you can go ahead and complete that epic quest. So, the materials needed are as followed. 2,500 cosmic cube fragments. Again, you're going to need 2,500 cosmic cube fragments. You're going to need 3,200 essence of dimension. So again, that is 3,200 essence of dimension. you're going to need 2700 Titan component pack. So again, 2700 Titan component pack. You're going to need 7700 black antimatter. So again, you're going to need 7700 black antimatter. So do keep in mind he's going to need a lot of black antimatter. Now, moving on to how much gold and energy needed. Gold, you're going to need approximately 80 million gold. Now that does sound like a lot, but remember, Knull does almost kind of cost the same. They're both native tier 3s. And you're going to need 4500 energy, around that approximately. And before I get to the biometrics needed, you're also obviously going to need his uniform. However, a note on his uniform, you're going to need to either keep it at normal or either at mythic. You cannot really have it in between. Same goes to Knull. So since he's also a native tier 3, it will cost 3250, which is why I suggest waiting for a 50% discount on the anniversary on May, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, onto the biometrics needed for him. You're going to need 5 characters. 3 of them are not premium, 2 of them are. So the first character, I'm going to list off the non-premium ones, and then after that I'm going to list the 2 premium ones. The first non-premium, it is Scorpion. You're going to need 200 of his biometrics. The next one, it is Green Goblin, and you're going to need 400 biometrics. The next one is going to be Bullseye, and you're going to need 400 biometrics. So those are the 3 characters that are non-premium that need their biometrics, which you can get from the support shop. So 200 Scorpion, 400 Green Goblin, and 400 Bullseye. So yeah, moving on to the premium, this one is going to be slightly challenging. You're going to need Daken, 200 biometrics, and you're going to need Ares, 200 biometrics. Since they're both premium, you cannot get them on normal selectors. However, you can get them from the epic quest. If we go over into the epic quest, as you can see, you can get 10 Daken biometrics, which is good. You can get them in 20 days. However, the same cannot be said for Mr. Ares, however, you can only do 3 clears, and since he's a dimension shift, that means every time you're going to start, you're going to need to get a chance to get him to play with you. So this one's going to be quite challenging. So in my opinion, what I suggest is, in this battle pass that's still going, as you can see, there is a 6-star mega rank up. I suggest you use this for Ares, since Daken is not as hard. But Ares is going to take you a long time, since his biometrics is also not guaranteed. So yeah, and also Daken can also maybe get a double in the epic quest, so do keep that in mind as well. However, Ares is going to be very, very hard. So yeah, that is all for Sentry's requirement for the epic quest. After you've done that, you get him at tier 3 level 70, which is perfect. On to his best CTP. His best CTP is Greed, preferably a Mighty. However, do keep in mind, the only reason that we're going to choose Greed is because it does not need a Brilliant. It just needs either a normal or a Mighty Greed. However, his second best CTP is none other than a Conquest. However, that Conquest has to be Brilliant. Because, like I said, the same thing applies for Knull. Not a huge difference, and they both will not need a Mighty. They're going to need Brilliant to get the most out of it. So this is why most people put Greed. So yeah, you're going to need Greed, preferably Mighty, or a Brilliant Conquest. So yeah, an extra note, however, for Sentry is you do not need him at tier 4 to be good. He can be level 80, gears are 25, and then he can be amazing. You do not need him at tier 4. Tier 4 is not required for Sentry. However, for Knull, it is required. So yeah, that is for Sentry. We're going to go ahead and show you an image in case you need any sort of revision to it. So yeah, that was all for Sentry. Do keep in mind, you do not need him at tier 4. You can just keep him at level 18. So yeah, moving on to our third best PvP. Okay guys, so this is our third best character, which is Silver Surfer. Now for Silver Surfer, to get him, you're going to need to play Giant Boss Raid. However, you're not going to play Dormammu, you're going to play Galactus to get his biometrics. And again, the same thing applied for Knull, because I already have him, he's not going to be listed here. So yeah, you're going to need, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have to play either 10 or 20 to get his biometrics. I'm not 100% sure because it's been a while since I've done this. But yeah, you're going to need to play a certain amount for you to go ahead and get him. So once you go ahead and get him, this is what you're going to need. Now again, the same thing will apply for Knull. I'm going to just go ahead and say until level 60, as I do not know how much you need beyond that. It is all luck based. So yeah, so for level 1 to level 40, you're going to need 261 biometrics. This is exactly why I told you to not use biometrics for Knull. You're going to need them for characters like Surfer. So yeah, level 1 to level 40 will need you to spend 261 biometrics. Now, to rank them up to 2 stars, you're going to need 600 black antimatter. Now, before I tell you what you need, for the black antimatter, it is the same thing for the cosmic cube fragment. You're going to need 2 material fusion, and then you're going to go ahead and use this one here until you're going to get as much as you need required for you. That's required for you. So yeah, you're going to need 600 black antimatters and 1.5 million gold for that conversion, and then on top of that you're going to need an extra 1 million to rank him up to 2 stars. So again, 600 black antimatter, 1.5 million gold to convert it, and 1 million gold to rank him up to 2 stars. Now onto level 40 to 45, you're going to need 325 biometrics. So again, you're going to need 325 biometrics for 40 to 45. To rank him up to 3 stars, you're going to need 1000 black antimatter, or 4.375 million gold, to convert that to the rank 3. And once you have that, you're going to need an extra 1.5 million gold to rank him up to 3 stars. So again, 1000 black antimatter, 4.375 million gold, and 1.5 million gold to rank him up to 3 stars. Now, to get him to level 45 to 50, you're going to need 697 biometrics. So again, 697 biometrics for 45 to 50. For rank 4, you're going to need 1.6 thousand black antimatter, or 9 million gold to convert that. And you're going to need an additional 2 million gold to rank him up to 4 stars. So again, 1.6 thousand black antimatter, and 9 million gold to convert that, and 2 million gold to rank him up to 4 stars. Now level 50 to 55, this is where you're going to see a big jump in biometrics. 1498. So he will take a lot of biometrics, so do keep that in mind. So yeah, level 50 to 55, 1498 biometrics. So yeah, to rank him up to 5 stars or rank 5, you're going to need 2.4 thousand black antimatter and 15.375 million gold to convert that. And on top of that, you're going to need 2.5 million gold to rank him up to 5 stars. So yeah, again, 2.4k black antimatter, 15.375 million gold to convert that, and 2.5 million gold to rank him up to 5 stars. Now, to get him to level 55 to 60, which is going to be your last one as you're going to get his potential, is 3,223 biometrics. So yeah, as you can see, big jump. So you're going to need as much biometrics as you can. So again, 3,223 to level him up from 55 to 60. To get him to rank 6, you're going to need 3.2k black antimatter and 22 million gold to convert that. You're going to need an additional 3 million gold to rank him up to 6 stars. So yeah, again, you're going to need 3.2k black antimatter, 22 million gold to convert that, and 3 million gold to rank him up to 6 stars. Now, before I go into mastery, you're going to also need, obviously, his Void Knight uniform, which is going to cost 2,500 gems, since he is a double cost native tier 2. So yeah, 2,500 crystals for the uniform. So yeah, onto his mastery. His mastery, you're going to need Nord Stones of Chaos. These, you're going to need a good amount of them to get him to 6-star mastery. So yeah, for mastery 1, you're going to need 200 Nord Stones and 200,000 gold. For mastery 2, you're going to need 300 Nord Stones and 400,000 gold. Keep in mind, Nord Stones, by that I mean Nord Stones of Chaos, not any other type. Mastery 3, you're going to need 400 Nord Stones and 600,000 gold. Mastery 4, you're going to need 500 Nord Stones and 800,000 gold. Mastery 5, you're going to need 600 Nord Stones and 1 million gold. And Mastery 6, you're going to need 700 Nord Stones and 1.2 million gold. So yeah, that is all for Silver Surfer. Now, onto his best CTPs. So yeah, the first best CTP is a Mighty Conquest. Now for him, his can be a Mighty. It's okay. His can be a Mighty. However, the rest do need a Brilliant. He also does preferably need a Brilliant. However, a Mighty, I'm pretty sure, should work on him as well. His second best CTP, which I really highly recommend for you to save it, you're going to see why. And if you're not going to build that last character, then you can go ahead and give it to him. It is Refinement. So yeah, his second best is a Refinement, preferably a Mighty. So yeah, that is all for Silver Surfer. And I'm going to go ahead and show the picture as shown. So yeah, this was all for Silver Surfer. Onto our fourth character. Now, our fourth character is none other than Wolverine. Now, as you have seen on Timeline Battle, Wolverine is probably used a lot by so many people because he is really, really good. And since he's also a mutant, then he also has immunity. He does not die, so he's going to get into 1 HP most of the time. You're going to see what do I mean by that, because there's an important note for Wolverine later on. So yeah, before we do start, Wolverine's uniform costs 1,750, since he is not a double cost uniform. However, so you're going to go ahead and see many people advise you to get this uniform, the X-Death of Wolverine, instead of this one. However, you're not supposed to do that, because the difference between this uniform and this uniform is so ever slightly small. It's not even that distinguishable. So, and the addition on this uniform is that he becomes a hybrid compared to his old uniform, which is only PvP. So the new one not only can do PvP, can also do PvE as well. Very, very great. So yeah, do get this uniform and not this. Get this so that you can also do hybrid on top of it. So, for Wolverine, he is also another epic quest character. So the epic quest that we're going to need to go to is the Rise of the X-Men. This is the one that you're going to need to complete. Once you go ahead and complete him, you're going to get him at tier 2 level 60, which is really, really good. So yeah, this is the materials required to complete that quest. You're going to need 1100 dimension debris. You're going to need 1100 Nord stones of strength. Yes, strength, if I'm not mistaken. It should be this one. This one, yes, Nord stone of strength. You're going to need 1100 of it. You're going to need 800 Nord stones of chaos, the rainbow one. You're going to need 3200 black antimatter. As you can see, a lot of them use a lot of black antimatter, so do keep that in mind. You're going to need 1000 Micrean shards. I do not know how to say it, so bear with me, but it is this one, Micrean shards. You're going to need 1000 Micrean crystals, which is this one. And you're going to need 1000 Phoenix feather, which is this one. So again, 1000 Micrean shards, 1000 Micrean crystals, and 1000 Phoenix feathers. So that is all for the materials. However, you're going to need 4 biometrics. Now these biometrics, you can get them from the X gene selector, or all 4 of them, or you can also go to craft and then rank up, and then you can go ahead and get them from here. However, I do kind of advise you not to do that from here, because it does also use the shards that you're going to need. So this is what you need to do. So the biometrics needed are 200 biometrics of Rogue, 200 biometrics of Beast, 200 biometrics of Storm, and 200 biometrics of Cyclops. So that is Rogue, Beast, Storm, and Cyclops, all of them needing 200. Now, you can get all 4 of them from the Epic quest itself. And this one is the premium one, sorry. And it should be here, yes, there they are. All 4 of them are here. As you can see, 10 Rogue, and then 10 Beast, and then 10 Storm, and then 10 Cyclops. So yeah, you can go ahead and get all of them in 20 days, or if you have the selectors, then you can get them in however many, since it depends on how much does the selector give. So yeah, on to Wolverine's best CTP. Now, his best CTP is a greed that is for PvP focused, preferably a mighty. However, his second best is, as you can see, an energy. Now, if you give him an energy, he can still do PvP very, very greatly. However, he does it slightly worse than a greed, but he still does it very, very great. So, if you're going to go ahead and give him energy, he can also do PvE content. So yeah, do keep that in mind. If you give him an energy, he can also do PvE. However, if you give him a greed, he is going to be extremely, extremely great for PvP. So yeah, this was all for Wolverine. On to moving to the 5th and final character. I have also forgotten to mention that this is the poster that you're going to go ahead and look at. So yeah, that is for Wolverine. That's the one that I forgot to tell you. And on top of that, I forgot to mention the important note for Wolverine. For Wolverine, you are going to need his artifact. You're going to need at least a 4-star artifact. Because without the artifact, he's not going to have this. As you can see, he gets a guard break immunity, and his health does not drop below 1. That's the thing that I was talking about in the beginning. And once the effect ends, he also recovers 20% of his HP. So yeah, you're going to need the artifact, a 4-star minimum. So yeah, that is all for Wolverine. And now we're going to move on to the next character. Alright, so now here we are to the last character on the list. It is none other than Carnage. Now, as you can see, I did not have Carnage built because I did not want to. However, For Carnage, before we go ahead and start, you're going to obviously need his new superior Carnage uniform, which costs 1,750. So yeah, you're going to get that uniform, and now we're going to start off with the build. Now, an important note that I need to also mention. Carnage is a premium character, so you're not going to get him anywhere, not in the selectors, nowhere, unless the selector is a premium, and you can get him from Dimension Mission and support characters, which is this one. Let me go ahead and show you. Which is here, this one. You can get Carnage off of it, but I don't recommend it because the chances of that is very, very low, and it will cost a lot. As you can see that he's there he is, Carnage. So yeah, this is the advice that I'm going to give you for Carnage. Now, if you have enough biometrics, I will tell you that. However, this note is for the people who do not have his biometrics. For Carnage, it is the same as we have mentioned for the premium characters for Sentry, which is the Battle Pass and the 6-star Mega Rank Up tickets. However, if you want more Mega Rank Up tickets, you're going to need to wait for events, because some, if not most, of the events do give a Mega 6-star and a Mega Tier 2. You're going to need why we're going to need the Mega Tier 2 in a minute. So yeah, you're going to get that 6-star rank up ticket, and you can go ahead and use it on Carnage. So yeah. Now, for those who have his biometrics, the amount of biometrics that you're going to need is 630 biometrics. Because rank 1 is going to need 10 biometrics, rank 2 is going to need 20, rank 3 is going to need 40, rank 4 is going to need 80, rank 5 is going to be 160, and rank 6 is going to be 320. Totaling up to 630. That's to get him to 6 stars, and the mastery is not really a problem. You're just going to need Nordstone of Strength. So yeah, that is for his 6 stars. However, for his tier 2, this is an important note. You are going to need a Mega tier 2 ticket. The gears, you're not going to be able to do them with the biometrics unless you have like 1,000 just in case. Now obviously 1,000 is a little of exaggeration. However, you're going to still need a lot. I'm not 100% sure how much you need. You could need 200, 300, maybe 400. So yeah, you're not going to really be able to make it unless you figure a way out. Which is why the Mega Tier 2 is important for Carnage or any premium character. So yeah, you're going to need a Mega Tier 2 ticket to get into that Tier 2, and then after that find this potential, and then you can climb from there. So yeah, that's for Carnage. He's short because he's just a premium, and he doesn't really need a hard stuff, since he's just a native Tier 1 as well. Now, his best CTP, it is refinement. This is why I said with Surfer, do not use the refinement if you're going to build Carnage. So you're going to need a refinement for him. That's his best CTP, preferably a mighty. And the second best is obviously greed, since greed is used by mostly, if not all, PvP characters. So yeah, that is all for Carnage, and that is the poster. So yeah, that was all for today's video. This was the top 5 best PvP characters. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This was a lot of work, and if you did, please do subscribe and give a like to the video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments or in the Discord server, which is also listed in the description below. So yeah, I shall see you all in the next video.